Hello, great minds in STEM. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Ryan Cruz, and I'll be giving a presentation on Beyond the Quiet, how I learned to stop hiding and start connecting. So a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. I did my bachelor's degree in IT and a master's degree in cybersecurity at FIU. Any Panthers here? Yeah. Outside of school and work, I like to do some hiking, explore some national parks, spend time with my family. I'm also a Nintendo guy, so I still have my Nintendo Switch every once in a while. And to being up here on stage, still a little bit of an introvert, takes a lot of courage and perseverance. And for me, being up here, it feels really good, so empowering. And I'm very confident that someday you too will be here up on stage giving a talk. As a previous Luminary Award winner and scholarship recipient from Great Minds in STEM, who also landed a full-time job at this very conference, I've navigated the introverted obstacles and figured out a path to reach extroverted success. When I started out at Lockheed Martin, I actually was an introvert, leaving the familiar setting behind and jumping on to and exploring a whole new landscape. Everything new. One day, my shyness was so bad, I was nodding yes instead of saying yes. So one day, I thought to myself, is this really how I want to shape my career to be? No way. I knew I needed to make a change. Today, I'm here to give you some insights on how to go beyond the quiet. I start off with this quote: be comfortable being uncomfortable. What does that mean? It means doing the least favorite thing people want to do. In a professional setting, making the extra effort and making sure the work is done accurate makes a big difference. Creating a checklist is one way to do that. So the checklist I've put together is based on customer feedback on what security requirements are needed to make sure the network is stable in the cybersecurity world. The checklist has then become a focal point for the work we do, that other people in my team have started using that checklist for their work. So, what example would that be for students? Well, for students, that would be becoming the school mascot. Now, Ryan, why would I want to become the mascot? Well, by being the mascot, you have a chance to express yourself however you want. Do that dance you've always wanted to do. Think about it. The audience will not actually be laughing at you. They'll actually be cheering for you. The key takeaway is by taking initiative, it opens the door for you to land up new opportunities. And one of those new opportunities is stretch assignments. Another way of being comfortable, being uncomfortable, is by putting yourself out there. What's one way you do that? For me, it's volunteering. Lockheed Martin has several volunteering opportunities employees can participate in. My favorite volunteering activity is the engineers in the classroom. Each year, I get to visit classrooms, give presentations to students about STEM, and assign them an activity. One activity in particular is constructing a catapult with popsicle sticks and launching projectiles out of those catapult. And when I'm out there, you'd be surprised to see how many other professionals enjoy the same volunteering. You realize, wow, the community here has more professionals that enjoy the same volunteering passion the same way I do. So for students, how can I put myself out there? One way you can put yourself out there is by joining a club, a robotics club in particular, for example. So let's say, okay, I want to join a robotics club one day. You go to the room where they're hosting the club, you step inside the room, and then you realize, like there's a student there that I have in class. I don't really talk to the student, but you feel surprised that they're actually in the club. And when you notice that, you suddenly start to feel like curiosity, and it's like, oh wow, like this could be the start of a new friendship possibly. And the key takeaway when you do that is by putting yourself out there, you will meet people you least expect. And that's one way to reduce shyness and possibly like a potential new best friend. My next insight, innovation is taking initiative. So, okay, being the mascot, initiative, all right, got it. But innovation, how do I be in innovation within initiation? Well, one way to innovate yourself out there is by approaching things positively. In a professional setting, my routine is to do security monitoring, continuous monitoring on a weekly basis. And usually I can perform that engineering task anytime I want. But then suddenly some protocols have been added, and now I have to follow certain rules and procedures before I can even perform that task. Instead of viewing, well, at first it caught me by surprise, but later on, instead of viewing that as a roadblock, I see it as a building block for a better future. And in that better future includes a chance to work with new professionals, a chance to brainstorm knowledge and combine strategies, and learning that processes and communication is coincided and making sure we're on the right page. So for students, approaching things positively for students would be, let's say, an assignment. And in that assignment, the teacher is the one that picks the members for your group. I understand that we want to work with someone we already know. I get that. But if you look at it from a positive perspective, the teacher may assign a student you've been wanting to talk to, but was shy in like starting an initiation with them, a conversation with them. So if you do that, then that opens the door for a new connection and a chance to learn how they approach the work they do. And then you be like, oh wow, like I never knew like this way was done a different way. And there's a possibility that the different way that the work is done might help make your work easier. So the teacher be the ones assigning the students to work with you is a good icebreaker. And the key takeaway from that is to embrace learning new key insights. Embrace the new learning dynamic. And by having an open mind about it. When you have an open mind, you welcome new changes, new learning opportunities. And it's important to have an open mind as a key to success. Another way for innovation is taking initiation is by having confidence in what you say. In the professional setting, that will be having a performance review with your manager. So when you talk with your manager, you recollect the work that's been done. And as you talk about the work that's being done, you feel a sense of pride. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, I remember this. I did that. And then you just start to feel positive energy. The manager sees that. And the manager goes, oh, wow, like this person knows what they're talking about. Like, I really like this employee and the confidence they have. I'm gonna make note of that and recommend them for like a really good performance for the review of the year. You see, like when you speak with determination, it helps build credibility, and having that credibility is important when you're out in the workforce. So, for students, an example on having confidence in what you can say is by talking about your major. Have you noticed when you meet a new student here and you start talking about each other's major, just hearing the tone when they talk about their major, you could tell how passionate they are. They may go on to say, yeah, like this major, like I've done it, I'm very interested since I was little. I like go after school and like work on that effort. I really, really enjoy it. And yeah, like just hearing them being like proud that their major, they want to make a career out of it, is just hearing that, it brings a welcoming energy. And we like to be around those with a welcoming energy. And the key takeaway is when you talk, you build poise and you become that poised individual. And when you feel poised, you earn the trust from people. And as you build trust, it's also important to advocate yourself, because when you advocate yourself, you know the work and achievement you've done, so advocating for yourself will lead you to a path for new opportunities down the road. Remember your roots. That's my next insight. Remember your roots. As you progress in your education or professional journey, you achieve a lot of progress and achievements along the way. And with those achievements, it empowers you to feel like a hero for your hometown. When you win, when you achieve, you win. And when you win, share those wins. So a win in the professional setting can be getting a promotion or reaching your service anniversary. For students, that could be making the dean's list or scoring a 100 on your exam. So the key takeaway, by taking a moment to reflect back on your wins, it feels good to share that. And you can share that with your classmates, your friends, teachers, mentors, family, co-workers. Share it with them. And share it via social media. By sharing it on social media, it creates engagement, and engagement for the win on top of your win. That's a win-win. When you remember your roots, you look back at the supporting cast that's been there with you along the way. And it's always good when you share with that supporting cast. I did this, oh, I made that, or just hearing the support for them is good. Teachers, yes, teachers. They are a part of that supporting cast, and they are integral to your career path and the journey you're embarking. That teacher could be anyone from elementary school, middle school, high school, or college. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my teachers, my first grade teacher, Mrs. Ursula Gomez, my high school math teacher, Mrs. Maida Salgado, my college social media marketing professor, Dr. Nancy Richmond. Thank you for helping me become the professional I am. I really enjoyed my time with them in the classroom. Not only were they a teacher for me there, they were also a teacher for me in life. And they've always been there. The love and support they have for me is incredible. It's remarkable. And I'm proud to say I still have contact with them to this day. And the key takeaway is teachers enjoy hearing back from former students. Yes, and not only do you feel uplifted, but they feel uplifted too when you share your progress, your achievements with them. And not only have they helped you in the classroom, there's a chance they could help you outside the classroom, like later on. You see, let's say the teacher is a faculty advisor for a club, or does some research work. And if you've found that one teacher, and I know everyone you have that one teacher that has made the great difference and positive impact to you, that connection, that maintaining that contact is important. You never know, the teacher could write you a recommendation letter, or the teacher could provide you a research assistant opportunity for graduate school. Thank you. That concludes my presentation. I now open it up for questions.
Let's give Ryan a round of applause. Thank you.